Hey guys, what is up? Connor here, and this is episode 9 of How to Code a Minecraft Client. Or, actually it might be 7, I'm not sure. Well, it's one of the two. Anyway, this episode we are going to be doing a Click GUI. Now, we're going to be using the Darkstorm 652 Minecraft GUI API. This API is very nice, a lot of clients use it. Examples, Iridium, Kinky, Sawari. There's a lot of clients out there that use it. I can't really think of any at the current. Oh yeah, Eon uses it, and there's a lot of ones. Anyway, so with this API, basically what you're gonna do is download the zip, and it might take just a minute to download. And once you get that, you are going to unzip it and drag it into your client folder. So just find your client, and you're going to drag it into your source Minecraft folder under right by the packages net.start.java. That's not a package, and the package tutorial. So you're gonna open that up, go into source, and just copy the org folder over to near the net folder. Now, if you skip the tutorial on the Unicode font renderer, you're gonna have to add the Slick2D library. So if you haven't done that already, go and watch that video, because you're going to need that for this, and I'm not going to show anyone how to do it because I've already done it. So, let's go back here, and we will get some errors once the workspace is built, as far as the Darkstorm API. So it's going to build the workspace. Just give it a minute, and it should update and give you a few errors, and those errors are going to be very easy to fix. As you can see, there's just a few of them. So first off, we're going to see example the GUI Manager has some errors. All we have to go in here is do a quick import command, which is Control Shift O or Command Shift O, and that'll fix all the errors, and then you can just save. Now we're going to go down to font. We just want to delete that package because we already dealt with the Unicode font renderer, and that's actually where that Unicode font renderer comes from this API. Now we're going to see a bunch of errors here. Well, the only ones that we actually have to go into are simple theme, first off, and we're going to import all that. Just do the same command, Command Shift O, and then you'll see there's only 2 errors. Well, these are similar, you just have to do Command Shift O in all of them. And Command Shift O, or Control Shift O. And those will fix all those errors, and there's just one more, and that's the util. Both of them just require some importing. And you might receive errors here if you're not using the Optifine source that I supplied at the beginning, because Optifine source fixes all the naming conventions. So get the Optifine source and quote unquote update your client to Optifine for 1.7 if you are having issues here, or figure out all the naming conventions by yourself, which would be somewhat challenging to find all of them. But you know, up to you. Now import all this stuff as well. And as you can see, that's all we need to fix it all up. So we're just going to get a working simple theme because it comes with one theme. We're not going to be using that. We're going to be making our very own theme. However, we're going to set up the simple theme. So let's go into our client's main class, client.java. And what we're going to do is do public. It's under, right now it's called example GUI Manager. Now what we're going to do is, first off, we're going to go into where it is, which is org.darkstorm.minecraft.gui, example GUI Manager. That's the GUI Manager that we're going to use. So basically we're going to move it to tutorial.ui. And once it's in tutorial.ui, we're going to rename it, but let's just wait. Once we have moved it to tutorial.ui, we are going to open it up, or we're actually going to change the name. So go to Refractor, rename, and we're going to call it Client GUI Manager. Now you can call whatever your client's named GUI Manager, but I'm just calling it Client GUI Manager. Open that up, and as far as client goes, now we're going to change it to public client GUI Manager, GUI Manager. Now import Client GUI Manager and create a new instance of it. Now first off, we're going to create a new instance of it, so this dot GUI Manager equals new client GUI Manager. And then we have to do a few things. Now, first off, we're going to say this dot GUI Manager dot set theme, and the theme that we're going to set it to is new simple theme. So it's going to be set to the simple theme. Make sure you import it, and then we're going to set up the GUI Manager. So this dot GUI Manager dot setup, and then we're good. So once that's done, all the errors should be gone, and now we're going to go into Client GUI Manager. Now all this is commented out. We're actually going to use this, which is very nice. So you can get rid of that, and make sure you get rid of this top part, otherwise it's going to be all messed up, and you can get rid of that. Now, as you can see, it'll create a test frame. Well, we don't need that, so get rid of that. And go down here to create test frame right here. We don't really need the test frame. It just shows all the different components, which you guys will get to learn about later. So if you want to experiment with them, just keep that there, what I just did. Now, make sure you import things, because they're not already going to be imported. And as you can see, this is going to give us some issues, because it's just an example, and it doesn't have all of our naming conventions. So basically, to fix this, first off, we're going to find module category, because that's what they have is the category enum. So for module category, I'm going to change it just to category, because that's what ours is called. And then we can import that. And for right here, what we're going to do, it's kind of different. So we're just going to do client.theclient.module manager, and rather than get modules, because we don't have ours set up as just an array of mods, it's actually an array list, so just .active modules. And we don't need to check if a mod is toggleable, because all of our mods are currently toggleable, and if we need that later, we can set that up. And we got to change the visibility of theme to protected. I have no idea why it's not protected, but we just do that. Now we're going to see that it's going to actually say that module is a class, and actually, oh yeah, we did name ours module. So yeah, module is a class, my bad. And we're going to change is enabled to get toggled, because that's what our is enabled is. So dot get toggled. And it's toggle module rather than toggle, and once again, get toggled. So just change all the naming conventions. I'll explain what all this does. Actually, it appears that we finished, so save that. And I'm going to do this kind of quick, because I'm actually in a time rush, so I'm going to explain all this to you guys really quick. So essentially, we're making a map here. In this map, it's basically going to organize all of your modules into different frames for each category. So it's creating a frame for each category, and if a mod is in that category, then it will add it to that frame, because category is a key. And yeah, that's how we do that. And now, if you guys go down a little bit more to right here, it's going to add a label that has the name of the module, and then it will create a button that will say if the module is enabled or disabled. So if the mod is toggled, it will say disabled, because that means it is on, so it's saying like this button will disable the mod. And if it's not, then it'll be enable, meaning this will enable the mod. And then basically update thing, the update method says it'll set the text to, basically it'll set the text corresponding to if the mod is enabled or not. And same thing here. On the button press, it will set the text to disabled or enabled. And the reason that we have update and this, because you think, well, why do we need on button press if it's going to update no matter what? Well, basically that's so if you toggle the update thing, it's basically so that if you toggle it outside of the GUI, like in a tab GUI, it'll still stay updated. So that's why that. And then it just adds this, and it'll add the button, and it's going to constrain. It's basically gonna put the button to the right, and due to that, it'll put this like the label that has the mod name to the left. So we're not done yet. Actually, we're gonna go into our UI renderer, and under render UI, we're actually going to make a new method, and it's going to be public. Actually, it's going to be private static void render and update frames. And all we have to do here is as simple as this. So basically what we're going to do is say for frame module frame, we're going to go client.theclient.GUI manager.getFrames. So it's going to get all of our frames. we want to import frames and all that stuff. So we're going to do the Darkstorm component frame, not the the Java AWT frame. So basically what we're going to do is say module frame dot update, because it's going to be updated no matter what. Now, the next thing is the same thing really, so I'm just going to actually copy this over. It's relatively the same idea. So basically we're actually going to add a check, so say if this, or not this, if module frame dot is pinned, so if the module frame is pinned to the screen, or, which is these two little lines, if the module frame is pinned, or client dot get Minecraft. Oh, I guess we didn't do that, never mind. So Minecraft dot get Minecraft dot current screen instance of GUI Manager display screen, which is the GUI screen we're going to be displaying for our GUI. So basically what this is checking to see if the frame is pinned or if we have the GUI open. And if we have the GUI opened or this frame is pinned, then it's going to render the frame. So module frame dot render. And that's how we do that. One last thing, we have to make a module that will toggle our quick GUI. So we are going to add a new module, and it's going to be called Click GUI. And this Click GUI is going to extend module because it is a module, and we're just going to add in the corresponding information like always. Yep. And we can get rid of the parameters, and the module name is going to be absolutely nothing because we don't need it to be anything because it's not going to display on our GUI or anything like that. So the bind is going to be keyboard.key underscore right shift. We're actually going to add something in right after this to make sure this doesn't display on our GUI. And the category is going to be category dot. Actually, we're not going to do anything right now because we have to add one more category, which is other, meaning it will not be displayed. Or you can call it like blacklist or whatever you want. So, other. And we're going to actually go back to our GUI Manager, so that should be under your tutorial.ui package, client GUI Manager. We're going to go back and say, if here we go. I'm sorry. If name dot equals ignore case other. So if the name of the frame is other, meaning the category is other, then it's just going to continue and it'll never get added. So yeah, you can keep it to that. Click GUI, like before, or like I said, we're gonna make this toggle a click GUI. So public void on toggle. Hey, that's new. We've never used this one before. So on the toggle of the module, if Minecraft, same check we used before, if Minecraft dot get Minecraft dot current screen instance of GUI GUI Manager display screen. So if it's actually not an instance, or not like that, it's going to make us run it in parentheses. If the display screen is not the current displayed screen, then we're going to display it. So Minecraft.getMinecraft.display GUI screen, and the GUI screen is going to be new GUI Manager display screen. And so we're just going to go like that, and then we'll import it. But this is going to give us an issue because it appears the GUI Manager display screen has an argument in the parameters that we didn't include, and that is the GUI Manager. So something really cool about this is if you have like have a premium feature in your client and you only want certain themes to be available to certain users, then you can have different GUI managers for different users. So basically this parameter allows you to, it'll display whatever GUI manager you want to display. So it'll display whatever you say to display, in the sense that you can use any GUI, you can make a bunch of GUI managers and then do whatever one you want and have specific checks, and it's really cool. So it's very customizable, and it's so much easier than making your own GUI, in the sense that you'd have to code a whole base for your GUI, which isn't any fun. Plus it involves a lot of trial and error if you aren't a regular GUI maker. And this API just makes it so much easier, because it just makes it so there's so much more that you can do, and it's so much quicker. So that's why I'm using it, if you guys are curious. So client.theclient.GUI manager is going to be our GUI manager. And now that we have added that, we just have to add that to our module manager. So add that to your module manager. This active modules dot add new click GUI, and we can import that and start up our game. So if you guys are wondering why I haven't had very many videos recently, I've been relatively busy trying to get some stuff done, because I've been very, very busy with final exams, and I've actually put a lot of my time out of the past few weeks into these tutorials, so I kind of took a break from them to work on my own projects, because we have a lot of awesome things coming out. In Terraria, it was going to be its own client, but it's actually going to be put into a much bigger project that you guys are going to be very excited about when you hear about it. Also, another thing that's coming out soon is going to be called Core API. That's what it's a library, kind of like almost like this API that I'm using for the GUI. But essentially, oh cool. Oh well. But it essentially makes it so that you can build your projects much easier. Like, it's a very interesting way of approaching your Java projects, because in a sense it allows you to kind of build from the inside out, and it gives you a place to start if you have no idea where to start. You're just really kind of flustered by your project. Core API will definitely help you out. It definitely gives you a place to start. So as you can see, when we hit shift, we get our different mods, and we can enable them and disable them. So that's cool. And we actually need to take, if you notice, that for a second there was a big space in between flight and X-ray. As you see, it's back. That's because QuickGUI doesn't have a name, and it's kind of trying to display QuickGUI. So there's a simple way to fix that, and that way is to go back here. I'm not going to go back, but I hope that helped you guys. Thanks guys for watching this tutorial. I'm just going to really quick show you guys how to fix it so it doesn't display the blank space of the GUI, or QuickGUI. So, as you can see, under render array list, all we have to do is say if array module instance of QuickGUI, then continue. So if our module right here is QuickGUI, then nothing will happen. Simple enough. And thank you guys for watching once again. Expect more tutorials soon. I'm going to be uploading them a little bit less frequently, so you guys can let me know in the comments below, or you can contact me on my website. There's a contact page. That's how I'm going to be kind of deciding what tutorials to do. I'm not going to really go in any certain order anymore. Basically, I'm going to be doing whatever you guys request. Now, before anything else happens, I'm definitely going to be finishing this QuickGUI little mini-series. This is only part 1. There's probably going to be a good 3 parts or so. And we're going to design multiple themes, and they're going to be really good. So, thank you guys for watching. Request videos on my website, connorm.me, on the contact page, and leave comments below. Leave likes, comments, subscribes, and thumbs up for the Iridium giveaway to happen quicker. So, thank you guys very much, and we'll see you guys later. Bye.